What's up, everybody? Renfail here. Hopefully you're doing well. I just wrapped up the Wicked Isle DLC for Atomfall. It's a story expansion pack for the game, and I'm going to do my review for it now. Um, we're going to talk a little bit about it. We're going to showcase some of the new looks and, of course, new weapons like this awesome club. And I am going to spoil the story a little bit so that I'm going to try to avoid heavy spoilers, but I do have to talk about the story a little bit. So just spoiler warning, if you have not played the base game yet, this storyline ties into the base game. So that's the part I will spoil, is how it ties into the main game, because I think it's really, really cool, and if I'm going to review this properly, I have to be able to talk about it. So if you don't want the story spoiled, maybe just wait until you finish it and then watch this. But if you don't mind having that part of the story spoiled, move on ahead. So go ahead and minimize my face down. So one of the things Rebellion is really, really good at, and I'd never played any of their games until I played Sniper Elite Resistance, which I played right before this game came out, and then I played this. Shout out to Rebellion, by the way. They sent me, if you guys remember from the base game, they sent me a creator kit with all that cool swag, and they gave me a key for the game, and they sent me a key for this as well. So I played this off of the key that Rebellion gave me, so shout out to Rebellion. But their team they do a really good job with world building. And this DLC is no exception. Like, I love the look and feel of the Isle. It's the moment you step off the boat and you can see, that's over off in the distance, but then you have this entirely brand new architecture and feel. It's like a swampy type island, sort of. Now, it's not a huge place. This is Midsummer Isle right here. The entire DLC is, I would argue, between 4 and 6 hours long in terms of how much story content you're going to get out of that. Some of this is going to depend on if you're doing a completionist journey, what difficulty level are you playing on? Are you going for all of the locations and achievements and all the weapons and everything else? I stuck to just the main storyline, and I did 4.5 hours while playing on like easy mode, the like assisted mode, I think is what it's called. So I was about 4.5 hours on. I didn't try to do a completionist journey, so I didn't like you can see there's open investigations like still on the map. So, but I just did the main storyline. So it's not huge. Expect 4 to 6 hours of content. But the island itself is really cool, and it ties into this ruined abbey that's up on top of the hill, and some stuff that happened a while ago. Um, and it has ties back to Henry VIII and these monks who used to live here like 600 years ago. There's some stuff there, but the way that this DLC works, and this is where I have to spoil the story just a tiny bit, is if many other DLCs, many other story expansion packs will do it in a way where it's a story that has a very definitive end and a very definitive ending within whatever overarching game that it's set in. This does not do it that way. This is a very unique. I've seen it in a couple of other areas, but I think it's a very unique way to do a story pack. So it's really cool in this regards. Is that this story ties directly into the main story of Atomfall. Without diving too deep into the things here, I'm trying to think of how to say this in a way that doesn't spoil the entire thing. If you've played the base game and you know what Oberon is, there is also something here that ties directly into Oberon, and it's when you finish this up, this gives you multiple choice endings, multiple choice decisions that you can make, which tie directly into your interactions later on with Oberon. So this story DLC adds additional ending options for the base game based on the decisions you make here, because of the way that this literally ties into Oberon. It'll make sense if you've played the base game. If you haven't played the base game, that's a little vague, slightly spoilery. It was really cool the way this worked, because I was going through and I started to have suspicions about 2.5, 3 hours in, I was like, wait a second, this sounds a lot like what was going on with the druids in the other place. Is this a part of that? And it turns out it was a part of that, but it's a different part. And you have choices that you can make when you get to the end of the storyline here, where you're interacting, and you're like, it ties into the base game. So it was really cool the way that they did that. There's also not only is it a new landmass, there's new weapons. Like I got this really cool. So obviously there's a blunderbuss. I know they talked about that, but I love this right here. This this beekeeper club, which does poison damage. It's this really cool club that I got. And I switched out for my bat. I totally switched out my cricket bat for this club because it does poison damage. And I went from being a stealth build, like my main character was a stealth build my whole way through the game, and then I loaded up a save and was like, I'm going to use this thing for the majority of the time. Ooh, by the way, that's another interesting point. Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. This you cannot play this game off of your main save if you've already beat the game or you're at the point of no return. Matter of fact, when I loaded up my first save file, it literally was a big pop-up right over here on the left-hand side of the screen, kind of above where my head is, and it said you cannot play the Wild Isle DLC on this. I'm paraphrasing here. You can't play the DLC on this save file because you've already progressed too far into the main storyline. You'll need to reload a previous save or start a game from scratch. So this is a mid-game expansion, not an end-game expansion, so it is something that ties directly into the main game. There are also additional unique monsters that jump out of the water. They may already be out of the water. Oh yeah, there they are. They're looking for me. These guys suck, by the way. Creepy aquatic ferals. They spit things at you and they jump out of the water, and they are really, really creepy. There's also some new bandits. There's some new druids. Like I said, there's several new weapons types, but I kind of wanted to get around the corner here. I'm not gonna answer that phone. There's some new dialogue with the guy on the phone. Whoever the person on the phone is. There's new dialogue there. Some of it ties back to Oberon. Some of it's related to the Isle. But I just wanted to kind of run through here quick. We've got this overgrown village. The world building here is just phenomenal. I just think that somebody's getting eaten alive by something down there, and I'm going to ignore because I don't also want to get eaten alive. So there's some new threats, but mostly we've got just a brand new island to explore, and I love the look and feel of this place. So we've got some ancient ruins atop the hill, and then we've got some other stuff just spread around the island. There's a big tower up around the corner over there. There's some stuff down here. And then, of course, lots of overgrown buildings like this right here, and skeletons, of course. And something that I didn't see earlier there, and a graveyard. And is this a hatch? No. But, hey, lots of stuff to explore. So, for what it is, again, 4 to 6 hours of additional gameplay, which ties directly into the main story. I had a lot of fun with this. I liked the addition of real-world lore with Henry VIII and the monks at the monastery. I don't know if this is based on a real-world location because I don't live in that part of the world, so if it is, that's doubly cool. I don't know if they made up... a matter of fact, well, I'll look that up later. I don't know if this is an actual isle, if it's something they made up. But I'm assuming it's probably based on real-life geography because it was, the location is the Lake Isle district. So, had a great time. Thanks again to Rebellion for the key, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. Like I said again, this is a mid-game story pack that ties directly into the main story. It adds additional abilities, some new weapons, and additional endings for the base game. So get out there, enjoy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see everybody in the next one. Stay safe, and happy gaming.